description of my live, I literally said, please do not judge me or my life, because if I didn't also put this in there, but if you judge me, I'm kicking you out. So, like as I said, I just wanted to come on here and chit chat with you guys. So if you guys literally judge me or anything like that, I will literally kick you guys out of my life. And I really don't want to do that, but I'll pretty much have no choice of the matter to do it. So yeah. So please, please, please be nice. I literally already had like a little bit of a hard day, and I don't want anyone to like literally judge me on it or anything like that. So I am okay. So yep, making sure that I've got, that's pretty much my important ones. I have little, I think I have like a little bit of, no, those are the jet. Okay, so I don't need that. Basically, you're gonna need this. I have my little thing and stuff. Plus I have my bag of clips and stuff. So I have like about 2 of them that have pretty much a little bit of neon right in there, so yep. The rest of them is just pastel and other normal colors that I've pretty much been using. So I'm just going to be doing this. I have my so you guys can pretty much ask me questions. You guys can, so yeah, you guys, hello. You guys can pretty much ask me your guys' questions. You guys can, if you guys need any advice on anything, just kind of let me know. So, yep. I have a cat, actually. And I have, because I'm using my new phone to do my lives and stuff, and I have my old phone pretty much with me. So I have a picture of my cat that's actually on my phone. So let me see if I can actually get a good picture of him. This is my cat, Sammy. He's kind of a little bit of a pest. You're welcome. Sammy's a little bit of a pest, but he can be, he's very cute. He's very cute. He's a little bit playful, and he literally still thinks that he's a kitten. He still thinks that he's a kitten. And I was looking at him yesterday. I'm more of a dog person. I used to have a dog. I used to have a dog about 2 years ago, and we had to put him down because he was getting such bad arthritis. But I made a whole photo album, actually, of him on here. And this was Zeus, our dog that we had, and this was taken on the last day when we had him, before we had to put him down. Hello. So yeah. there's pretty much a lot. He was adorable. He literally was adorable. He was very cuddly too. He would go around every single room, literally do a count on who's all here and who's literally not. And I always left my door closed because he had a habit of getting into my bedroom. And I had like a whole bag of candy and stuff that I pretty much got from Halloween. And he got into it. He got into the refrigerator. And we had it closed, we had it locked. And he got in there. His nose was strong. And we go, and my mom and I get home from doing our grocery shopping, and Zeus is just putting his head down because he knew that he did something bad. And I'm like looking at Zeus like, Zeus, what did you do? And he's like, he just puts his head down the whole entire time. And when my mom and I went, because I bought a video camera, myself a video camera for Christmas, and I put the video camera right on top of the little refrigerator, and I had it pointing right at the refrigerator, and he's just getting into it, and I was going to connect my camera to my phone so I can see what he's doing. And by the time that my mom and I got back home, I literally forgot that my camera stopped rolling, and my camera died on me because I didn't have it on the charger. So I'm like, crap, now what am I going to do? So I had to put it back on the charger, and I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at my mom, and we had to clean up the whole entire kitchen floor because her boyfriend was back in Ohio. And so it's pretty much so that was like literally the funniest thing of getting him on camera when he got into the refrigerator. I'm like, oh my god. But the bigger question for you guys is, who is all excited for the new live action of How to Train Your Dragon? I'm a big How to Train Your Dragon fan. I love all the characters, especially from the 3D version that DreamWorks pretty much did. The whole entire thing of what they did when they turned that into like a live action one. And I have one of the movies actually, and I have the How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World. And that was like the other one that I haven't seen. I've seen the second one, I've seen the third, and that's like literally the only one that I haven't seen. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like very, very excited for it. I'm pretty much, so I'm also gonna go see the new Superman movie. I'm gonna also see the new live action of Stitch, of Lilo and Stitch, which I'm very excited on because Stitch is a big favorite. I have the Lilo and Stitch DVD, and it's not here with me, but it's in my storage unit, so it's not at my old house, which is pretty much good. So yeah. So I will tell you this, that if you guys are excited for the new Superman movie that's going to be in theaters this July, or wherever you guys pretty much live at, I will tell you this, my cousin made a cameo in it. He made a cameo in it. He's pretty much an extra he's an extra in the movie, but he's in there. If you guys have seen A Man Called Otto with Tom Hanks in it, my cousin is also in that movie, which is like pretty much like a big thing when it came to when it came to my family and and I never, there was like a few movies that I haven't even seen that were my dad's favorite. I haven't seen Forrest Gump, which I finally got to see. Um, I've seen Treasure Planet. It's like one of my favorite movies that I saw with my dad. There's like a lot of good movies that my dad pretty much liked, and my mom would pretty much tell you that he was a big sci-fi geek. My dad was a big sci-fi geek, and so am I. I love sci-fi. I love anything sci-fi. If you guys pretty much tell me that if you guys tell me, it's like, hey, have you seen like Babylon 5? Hey, have you seen Stargate or like Star Trek or Star Wars or any of like the Star Wars movies? I'm gonna be like, yeah. I've literally seen, there was when I was like about 2.5, I went to Dragon Con out in Georgia, and there was like a guy that was like one of the stars of Babylon 5, and he would not stop taking pictures of me. Aria, hello. And this guy from Babylon 5, he would not stop taking pictures of me because I was kept on blowing him kisses every time. I got to meet Aaron Gray, which is like, it's like literally cool. I also got to meet Anthony Daniels, which was, if you guys pretty much don't know who Anthony Daniels is, are you guys living under a rock? He's C3PO. Just kidding. Don't live under a rock. Just kidding. Just kidding. But I've only been to like about 2. Thank you so much, Aria. Thank you. I've only been to one. I've only been to one Comic Con, and that was pretty much Dragon Con out in Atlanta, like as I said. And I've pretty much always been a big. I'm an anime nerd as well. I love watching anime. I would pretty much watch anime like 24/7, especially when it always gets to Supernatural. I'm a huge Supernatural fan. My best friend got me into Supernatural. And think I think I'm on either season 13. I think I'm almost done with season 13 or season 14. But I'm gonna double check on my Roku that I pretty much have. And I didn't spend too much actually on the Roku. Excuse me. So it didn't cost me that much actually to get when I was at Walmart. So I'm gonna take a look on my. I love my profile picture that's on my Netflix. Let's see. I'm just talking about like different things and stuff. You guys can ask me questions. You guys can pretty much do whatever. You guys can ask me in whatever. Yeah, I am actually on season 13 of Supernatural. Okay. I'm almost done with season 13, I think. But, yep, this is like the last episode of season 13, and I only have 2 more seasons left to go. And I literally already know what happens at the end of season 15, and I'm not spoiling it. So, my best friend's seen every single season. She wants the 1967 black Chevy Impala. And I'm like, girl, you and I are gonna have to fight for that. She's like, no, I pretty much called it like way before you. I'm like, okay, fine. So she gets the Impala. And I pretty much have no idea what car that Sam would pretty much drive in the show. That's okay, Aria. See you later. So I might be going on live tomorrow, or I might actually upload I might do I don't know, like, what other video I'm pretty much gonna do. I gotta write down, like, video ideas and stuff before Monday. So, I'm not going on any trips on... I'm not going on any trips on Monday. I'm going to work on Monday, and I won't get back home in time to, like, about a little after 6, so I won't be able to do any of my lives yet. So yeah. I'm not gonna put my YouTube, I'm not gonna pretty much put my TV on and stuff, but I just kind of like to come out here, chit chat with you guys, see how you guys are doing, what was pretty much new, how your guys' summer's going, if you guys are enjoying your summer vacation, if you guys are doing anything fun for it. Because pretty much with me, I'm going to be busy working. And work's pretty much been... Haven't started my summer job yet, so welcome back, Aria. So I don't start my summer job until Monday, which is good. So please make sure that you guys subscribe, turn on the post notifications to be on my Rose Squad. So pretty much I've been like taking a look at my YouTube studio on my old phone, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm like very, very, very actually happy, actually. So make sure that you guys send like a lot of these videos to your friends, your family, pretty much whatever. And yeah, pretty much. So I've been like checking out like the audiences and stuff, and still only 95.9% of you guys aren't subscribed to my channel yet. Only 4.1% of you guys are subscribed. If we can get, because pretty much my goal, you guys, is to get like 100K. It's literally to get like 100K, or like, if we can get up to like 1,000 subscribers, I will be like so super happy, because that's when like literally like the fun literally starts with me literally working with YouTube, which is gonna be like literally, it's gonna be like really cool. And so yeah. God, I've had like about like 2 cups of sun tea, or like sweet tea that I pretty much made, and my throat's like already sore. Oh, there we go. So you guys can ask me questions, you guys can pretty much, yeah, ask me questions about myself, and don't judge me on my bedroom. Do not. My bedroom is pretty much small, and I love the size of my bedroom, and it's pretty much, I don't have like too much furniture actually in my room, but I do plan on getting rid of this mattress that I'm pretty much on. I'm going to be moving my bowling ball, my guitar, and like extra bags that I pretty much have over to the side. Thank you so much, Aria. Especially the short that I did of like the Armed Forces Parade. That one's like literally like my best one that I've actually done. I'm not even gonna lie. I was like looking at my mom like, oh crap, I forgot to get like our police officers for Armed Forces Day. So I did like my intro, outro. I did like my outro for the Historical Society. I didn't know if you saw that or not, but I did that actually like a few years ago, actually. I'll have to take a look again. I'll have to take a look at my shorts again. I didn't upload like too many shorts, to be honest. No, I did that one like about 9 months ago. I did that actually in August of last year, the day when my mom and I were starting school back up, and I did my Memorial Day one, and I didn't know if you saw the picture like right in there or not of like the little rainbow and stuff. And I know I did like quick and stuff, and I apologize on that. I am sad most of the time, but I'm only sad when a lot of my family members pass away or anything like that. And about a few about like a few weeks ago, actually in May, my mom and I lost a cousin on my grandma's side to cancer. And my cousin actually got to meet his favorite race car driver. If you guys are a big fan of NASCAR, then you pretty much know who Joey Logano pretty much is. And Joey Logano, it was a he literally supported pretty much a little bit of my family on my grandma's side. And I was actually, and as soon as I literally saw that, I'm like, it came up on my phone, like, pretty much right close to the last day of school. And I showed it to my mom, and I'm like, Mom, you have to see this. And she's like, okay. So I put it on my phone on Facebook of what my cousin pretty much shared. And he, and literally, Joey Logano has a picture of my cousin on the side of his driver's side race car on the window. And I'm like, looking, I'm like, that's my cousin. And he got to hang out with his kids and everything like that. And he pretty much was never there to see Joey Logano race or anything. I do have anxiety. I pretty much suffer from teenage anxiety. So I've been doing a lot of meditation to keep my body calm, to keep it focused and stuff. I have a little bit of pretty much a little bit of stress items to help me relax, help me to calm down. I have like earbuds that I can pretty much listen to my music to keep my anxieties from going up. And even one of my students literally told her mom that I suffer from anxiety. And she's like, and her mom's like, well, I don't believe that. And I said, ask my mother. She'll literally tell you. And I've always been suffering from anxiety. I've literally always been having like anxieties every single time. So that's why I listen to my music to keep myself calm and relaxed. I play on my Switch to keep my mind occupied. I make my bracelets. I do get emotional from time to time. I get emotional when I'm watching sad movies, thinking about my family, thinking about my friends. And pretty much those can be like literally hard for me. But I've learned to control my anxiety, and I've learned to control my emotions. When I always get emotional every single time. But and pretty much when it came to Monday, when I was originally supposed to start my summer job that Monday, and my mom got a text from her coworker saying, well, your daughter's just a sub. And my mom's like, and she looked at her boyfriend saying, it's like, oh, Arianna's just going to be a sub for CARES. And as soon as she like literally told me that, my heart, I literally had mixed feelings about me doing my summer job. I have a I have like a I have like my cat. He's pretty much my emotional support cat. But I did have a cat that was pretty much my anxiety cat, and she ran off when we had like a major storm. When I was still living in the house is actually here on 40, and she ran off and never came home. My heart literally melted. My heart melted, and I was in tears. I was literally in tears like the whole entire time. And I would look out my window, and I would be like, Duchess, wherever you are, I hope that you're safe. And sure enough, I don't know where Duchess pretty much is at, but I got her as a Christmas gift actually from one of my cousins. And she was pretty much like the best Christmas gift I actually ever gotten from her. She is very, very cute, and I actually have a picture of her on my phone. And she's a Maine Coon. She's a Maine Coon cat. She's literally all fluffy. She always has a habit of literally being like right close to you. I took a picture of her when she was like right on the stairs to my room. So that's Duchess. Those are the stairs that led to my old bedroom. And she was very, very cute. If you pretty much find one that's a hypoallergenic cat or dog, and pretty much figure out okay, so pretty much your mom's allergic to cats and dogs, and that, pretty much find one that is hypoallergenic, and yeah, pretty much go for like the hypoallergenic ones that their fur won't shed or anything. That will help your mom with her being allergic and stuff. But my mom's boss is actually allergic to cats, so I can't wear any t-shirts that have cat fur on them because she's pretty much allergic to it. So I'm trying to think of a outfit for me to wear for Friday. And I've got a baby shower to go to for my mom's boss, her daughter, and I always have fun. Especially, so I'm gonna see if I can go to work with my mom on Friday, because she needs like a little bit of extra help in cleaning, just kind of like sweeping up the floor and stuff, because her daughter's baby shower is that Saturday. And pretty much I think right after that, my mom and I are gonna come back, and I think all three of us are going out to eat with his mom, which is actually pretty much fun. I always have fun, especially hanging out with his family and everything like that. So yeah. Don't ask me what I'm pretty much doing right now. I'm gonna be I have no idea what my mom and her boyfriend are literally watching right now. I have no idea what they're watching. But yeah. They always literally cause trouble every single time. They are literally always causing trouble right now. And guess who has to be their adult supervision? Me. Even if my mom and I go grocery shopping or anything, a lot of times she and I would stick to the grocery list every single time. And a lot of times that's pretty much always my fault. But I have like a gnat that's like literally bugging me right now. So if you see anything that's literally like buzzing around me or anything, or if it lands on me, then yeah. So I don't know if I have any. I have like about a few more bracelets, and I'm pretty much going through actually right now, and a lot of them actually have like the exact same colors right on them. So yep. So I don't need this little container in it anymore. I fill up this whole entire container up with purple jellies and neon orange. And this I got on Amazon that had like about 900 black bands in there. And I made like a whole lot of police bracelets and stuff that I passed out to the police department. Actually last year and this year. Because they always love my police bracelets that I always make every single year, especially a fallen police officer. Wrong bag. What am I doing? I have like so many bags that are like literally the exact same color, and it's literally always hard for literally me to like find like a bag that is like literally like that. So that's fine. I may stop the live anyway, but I'm just gonna wait for like other people to like literally join my live. Yeah, I'm like here that's like always on me every single time. So I'm debating if I should watch pretty much the bracelet that I had a hard time making was the Pokeball run, was the Pokeball bracelet. I made the Pokeball bracelet for Pokemon, because since I'm a big Pokemon fan, and I have like a lot of Pokemon plushes that I've been pretty much collecting. I have a lot of Pokemon cards, Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh! But if you watch like a little bit of my tutorials actually on my main channel, they're pretty much easy. I don't flip my camera to show you guys like all my bands and stuff. I don't do that. But that's okay if you can't make bracelets. I will even, when I was watching the tutorial on how to make a Pokeball bracelet, I was actually watching this girl make a Pokeball bracelet, and I kept on watching the whole entire video to make sure that I wasn't missing any steps, so I had to constantly rewatch it and everything like that. But if you want to make any rainbow loom bracelets, if you look up Sarah Beauty Corner on YouTube, go to her playlist that she has and go to bracelets. She's got 2 videos that she did of her rainbow looms, and they're pretty much easy to do. They're not hard. They're pretty much easy. So pretty much this one here, it's pretty much a little infinity one that it doesn't have the S clip pretty much right at the end. It's got the C clip right on there in blue for the mermaid to go with it. But I might do a bracelet tutorial probably either tomorrow or one of these days when I'm not busy with work. And I will show you guys how to make a fishtail on pretty much my channel, so you guys can so that way you guys can make one yourself. And I will even, so pretty much my sister taught me how to make the fishtail one. because I've been always doing them into like little knots and stuff because I can never figure out how to do it. And then I taught my best friend how to make a fishtail. But here's the thing. When it comes with these bracelets here, this is pretty much a Twizzler, or like pretty much a cross hook kind of thing. And the only thing that I make for these is a fork. I know you guys are pretty much thinking it's like, a fork? Is she kidding me? It's like, no. I can make a bracelet in like about under 5 minutes, just chit-chatting, just talking. And people are like, what? And they're like looking at me, it's like, how did you like literally get it done so quick? It's like, and I'm just looking at them like, I can actually make bracelets and talk at the exact same time. I can even watch YouTube videos, I can watch like movies and stuff, and my bracelets get done quick. Because even I made other ones too. I made army ones. I have one special that I made of my dad. I've got fighter ones that I pretty much made, and I made like a little fire on the sides, and pretty much on the sides make it look like that's like fire. But that's all like firefighter bracelets that I made myself, that I've literally made. And then in this bag is all breast cancer bracelets that I've made. They're all pink and white for breast cancer, and I'm saving these for Breast Cancer Awareness Month in October. So I've made a little bit more of my bracelets and stuff, and I'm pretty much good. I've had like a lot of people literally ask me, saying like, how are you so good at making your bracelets? And people have seen me wear my Twizzler ones, and they're like, well, how do you do your Twizzler ones? And I said, well, I use a fork. And they're like, a fork? And my mom's like, oh yeah, you should like literally see. And she's like telling a few of the nurses and doctors, she's like, oh, you should even see her when she makes like a bracelet. She gets done like under like 5 minutes, and she's like literally already done with like one bracelet, and she gets done with the other one as she's talking and everything like that. And I try to teach my mom how to do one. Even I try to teach my ex-boyfriend how to make one, and I don't think he literally, I can't even see my ex-boyfriend literally making any bracelets. I'm like the only one in my family that like literally makes bracelets, because I'm pretty much, I'm like the more crafty person. I've always been crafty, I've always been, and even my best friend, I bought like a whole lot of army bracelets, or the bands, and I'm giving the whole entire thing to my best friend. Seems like, hey, I need you to do me a favor for me. And she said, okay, what's that? And I said, if I get you the army bands, could you make me army bracelets for a friend of mine? And she's like, yeah, I can. I gave her all of my army bands, and I gave them to one of my friends that I saw at the football game back in Ohio. And he's like, who made all these? And I said, it was pretty much me and Shelby. She and I were tag teaming it. She did half, and I did the other. I did half of them, and she did the other half. And little did I know that when I was making my bracelets and stuff, when I got a whole lot of bands for my bracelets, I spent like about $80 at Michael's in Ohio. And it was all on bands, it was all on pretty much all on kits and stuff. I think I missed a note. I have like I think I have all my, I don't have all my, I have like a bag of like my dark purples, and I think I should put them in here. So no. These are pretty much all the black and blue bands that I pretty much have. I use these for my police bracelet. I use these two for my police bracelets. A lot of times I use this to make my Pokeball one, which I'm going to have to redo my one that I have on now to use a little bit of those. Keep those to the side. I don't think I'm actually missing, don't think I'm missing it, because I have like a giant bag of it. Let's see. I have like a giant bag of purples and stuff. I don't know where I put it. That's kind of odd. I don't know if I put it back in here or not. I don't know. I have like a whole giant bag of purples. I think I must have put them in here. Yep, that's black. I literally don't know where I put it at. I have like oh, never mind. I did have it. Whoops. So, I just kind of stretch my legs. I just kind of stretch my legs out because my legs are pretty much getting like a little bit tired of like cross-legging them and everything. So, pretty much when I always do make my bracelets and stuff, I always make sure that I have a bag of broken bands, of the ones that are broken or damaged in some way. I pretty much go through them. Like my old ones that have like a little bit of rip red in them, I throw them out. So I've got this for my broken bands, and if a lot of them are broken, I just use my scissors to cut them, so I keep them in my bag of my clear clips, which makes it a lot easier actually on me. So I am always making sure that, so when this bag pretty much gets full, I dump it into the trash can. I don't even know why I kept my bag of blacks out. I've got like my gold, my gray and silver, which is just all gray. Yeah, and like a little bit of silver in there. Extra bags if I need them. My bags of white. And should have my red ones in here though too. Yep. And pretty much my bags are red. I made a bracelet of just red and black because those are my two favorite colors. Because of my birthstone that I pretty much have. So, yep. I originally had like a lot of bands into a purse that I would actually take with me. And my stepdad pretty much got mad at me on that. So, a lot of the other bands that I pretty much got, I would get from Hobby Lobby here in Indiana. And I would spend like not even about $50 of buying a whole thing of bands, getting like, I can get like little packages of like the gel bands at like Dollar General for like $2. I'm like, okay. Because I didn't know that they sold any until when my best friend told me. And I'm like, she's like, have you gone to Dollar General yet? And I said, no, why? So she was like, well, Dollar General has bands now. And I'm like, no, they don't. She's like, yes, they do. If you go to your neighborhood Dollar General, you'll be able to see it. And I'm going there, and I'm like, holy crap, I actually do. I bought like about 6 of them. I bought like about 5 or 6 of them for $10. And I can always get like the normal ones. I can always get like the normal sizes every single time. The normal size, like little bags and stuff that you pretty much always see in stores. And that's like always the size of bands I would pretty much get for my bracelets. Because I have a habit of running out. I've made about 50 Twizzler bracelets. I've made like about few beaded bracelets. I made kids bracelets. I made like adult fishtail sizes. And I had a lot of people ask me about them and everything. And I sold like a lot of them a couple years ago at the garage sale. And I pretty much split the money with my best friend because she helped me out a lot. So I made more like about like a few days before, and I had like a whole Ziploc bag that I pretty much did of like my extra bracelets. If I pretty much run out, then I pretty much can. So pretty much my goal for like each of my bracelets that I pretty much have is 50. I'm gonna try to sell about 50 of my kids ones, 50 of my adult fishtail ones, and then I'm gonna try to do 50 of my Twizzler ones. And I've been doing like really good on doing them, so it's been like going pretty much, it's been going good with me selling my bracelets and stuff. And I do plan on selling them on Etsy, probably, hopefully pretty soon. I don't know when, but pretty much my best friend and I did make a YouTube video together of showing you guys how to do like different styles of them. So, yep. Let's see what time. Yeah, it's like almost 8. Wow. Hello. Pretty much also I never mentioned though in the beginning of my live, but let me know, comment down below where you guys are from. Cause when I did my YouTube live like not even like a few days ago, I had like a few of you that were from the Philippines and I'm like, okay. So I'm like trying to get to know like a lot more people from like different countries. And if you guys have seen like Preston Plays videos or like anything of his real life stuff that he pretty much does, he was like trying like different foods from different countries. And pretty much my goal is to try different candy from different countries, which I'm excited for it. I'm a little bit nervous on it, but actually not bad. And the only things I won't have is any spicy foods from different countries. I don't do well with the spice. I can't handle the spice very well, and spice and I don't get along that well, so yeah. But yeah. So like as I said like several times, make sure that you guys are subscribed, turn on those notifications to be on my Rose Squad. Also, don't forget to comment down below as well in any of my videos. If you guys want a shout out, you guys can pretty much get a shout out from me in either in my live or any of my videos. I will literally read a lot of your guys' comments actually I read a lot of your guys' comments, and yeah. I literally had like about, I don't know how many of my bracelets that I pretty much had, but good grief. So, when I pretty much said when I made like about like, when I said that I was going to do like about 50 of my bracelets, well, in this tin is 50 of my Twizzler bracelets that I made. And I'm getting rid of the tin because the paint's pretty much coming off of it, and it was pretty much from a clear nail polish. But those are 50 of my Twizzler bracelets that I've made myself that I'm going to be selling. and I'm very excited to sell them actually this year. And I know that a lot of people literally are like, oh my gosh, bracelets! I love bracelets. And I made like about, when it came to the last day of school, I gave out all of my kids' bracelets that I pretty much did. So what I pretty much mean by that is I make different sizes. I make different sizes of bracelets. See if I can get my hand on that. So these are like the smaller sizes for kids that I've made. And then these are the adult sizes. They're the same colors, but in a bigger size. And I pretty much have those. And then I've got beaded ones that I'm going to be still working on. So I got those ones. So pretty much my goal is to get rid of a lot of my beads that I pretty much have. I have like a lot of my beads that I'm doing for my bracelets. I have like you guys have already seen this one, so I'm not showing you guys that again. But I'm pretty much going through I'm going through like a lot of my bands that I pretty much don't want. And I'm pretty much going to be focusing on those 3 that I'm going to be doing. So which I'm actually very, very excited for. So now I just got to find there it is. So that's basically what I've been up to. And when I make my bracelets and stuff, it's basically a job for me. So I basically will have like about a few jobs actually. So one is me working at the fair this summer, which I'm actually very excited for. The other one is I'm going to be doing cares this summer with my mom. Making bracelets is one of my jobs that I pretty much have. And there's pretty much no other employees, it's just me. So maybe in the future, when I'm lucky, I might hire people. So I don't know. But yeah, there it is. So yeah. Like, as I pretty much said, I've been like busy and stuff with like a lot of my bracelets and stuff, and making them, selling them. The little ones that I've pretty much been selling, I've been selling them for about a quarter. So, so that's, I've been pretty much always busy making my bracelets and not causing any trouble or anything when it comes to my bracelet making. When it always comes with my bracelet making, it relieves my anxiety. It relieves my anxiety. I can listen to my music. I can be who I am when I'm making my bracelets, when I'm selling them. And when it came to my breast cancer bracelets, when I took them to the hospital, the nurses had a nurses ball or banquet that was going on. And I made like about right close to 150, 200 breast cancer bracelets. And I got rid of those so quick. I hit the jackpot on the nurses ball. I crashed it. I passed out every single one. And I even got to meet the chaplain that was pretty much there that works at the hospital. I got to meet him. So I got to give him a little bit of my bracelets that I pretty much made. And he said, "Did you make all these?" I'm like, "Absolutely, yes I did." And he said, "You are very talented." I'm like, "Thank you." I've been always told that I didn't have a good talent. That singing was always going to be my passion. singing, making bracelets, dancing, swimming, cooking, baking. Not everyone has a different talent. I've got several talents, so do you. No one should judge you on your talent. No one should judge you on anything like that. And when people literally tell you that, oh, you don't have a good talent, oh, you're not good, you're not pretty, you're not beautiful, you're not good at basketball, you're not good at tennis, you're not good at any sports, and blah, 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 blah. No. No, no, no. You never want to let anyone in the world tell you that you're not. Believe me. I literally, when my opponent's bowling team lost against us at one of our away matches, there was a girl that was having such a rough time, even when she was bowling. And her team was making fun of her on it. And they were like saying, it's like, oh, you're not good at bowling, oh, you should just give up now. And she was all in tears, and I went up to her, it's like, hey, are you okay? And she said, no, I'm not. And I told her my name, I gave her my phone number, and she and I started talking. And as soon as I saw her at one of my home matches, she looked at me like, thank you so much for texting me, all those good things that you said to me. I'm like, absolutely. Those girls on your team should never judge you for who you are. You are beautiful on the inside. No one should literally judge you for who you are. And she said, how you know all these things? And I said, well, because my youth pastor literally told me that I'm good at being who I am. I've got a kind heart. I've got a pure heart. And my heart has always been pure. So has yours. And she said, wow, I never put it that way. And I'm like, well, that's pretty much true. Your height, your heart, and your light gets brighter. No one can dim it. And I was pretty much chit-chatting with her from time to time. She and I were texting back and forth when it came to the home matches, when it came to the away matches, even when it came to our tournaments. I saw her, and her team apologized to her, and my coach came up to me saying, it's like, what'd you say to the girl that is on our opponent's team? And I said, well, coach, her teammates were judging her and bullying her because of her bowling skill that she has. Of how they were saying that she's not a good bowler, that she should just give up. And he said, well, what did you say? And I said, well, I told her that what my youth pastor always told me was that her heart is more stronger. No one can dim her light. I told her the saying, don't let anyone dull your sparkle. And what that pretty much means is that when people literally judge you for who you are, when people judge you, your light gets dimmer. If people don't judge you, your light gets brighter, and it can't be dimmed. It's kind of like when you're stuck on a path. You're walking down a path and you can't figure out which path to take. Either the path of pure darkness or pure light. You always want to choose the one that's always the light side, never the dark side. I feel like I'm quoting Star Wars right now. I'm literally quoting Star Wars. Trust the Force, not the dark. But you're pretty much like, as I was pretty much telling her, is that no one should literally judge you for who you are. That's actually, we need to go on this one. Yeah. No one needs to judge her for her being not pretty, oh, for her not being special, everything like that, blah, blah, blah. No. you guys can see me a lot better, because pretty much it is gonna get like a little bit more darker actually pretty soon. So I don't know when it's gonna get darker, but yeah. So pretty much that was what I was pretty much telling her. And she said, "You're really good at giving advice." I'm like, yes, I am. I have a shirt that's literally in my closet that I got the female bowler sportsmanship from my bowling banquet just because I had a positive attitude. I've had a positive attitude on my team. I've always been very, very good, especially when it came to my team. And I never let my team down, especially when it came to one of my matches and stuff. I twisted my ankle, and my coach asked me, it's like, "Are you going to be able to bowl?" And I said, "Coach, I'm not letting this team down." I twisted my ankle by falling down a flight of stairs. Yeah, it was painful. It was painful. It was bad. My ankle was all black and blue. And I told my mom about it, and she's like, "What happened? Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I just fell down like a flight of stairs up the church when we were doing the underground church as our game." And I had one of my friends help me and stuff, and he took me to the prayer room, and one of my friends got me a ice pack for my ankle, which that was actually pretty much sweet of him. I've always loved my whole entire youth group that I pretty much had. And I don't go to youth group anymore since I'm 25 going on 26. I'm getting old, I know. But I never let people literally judge me for who I was. And my whole entire youth group never judged me on anything. They always had my back. They were very kind to me. I'm not sad. I'm not literally sad. I miss my youth group. I still keep in touch with them from time to time. But yeah, I've never been, I would only be sad. Sometimes I'm sad, sometimes I'm not. But yeah. Anyway, got like a little jelly stuff that's gotta go in my pot. That's gotta go in my little container that I pretty much have. When it came to a lot of my police bracelets that I pretty much have, I made like about right close to 80 bracelets. And I made like about, think about either 20 or 25 that I did actually this year. And I pretty much gave to them. I am doing well, Smart Sniper. I'm doing very well. But I did put a post actually on my channel of a anime question. And if you guys are big anime fans, then yeah. So when I was checking out like a lot of my stuff in there, that what I pretty much did, I gotta go back to my channel, and I know that it will pretty much see like my live and stuff. My favorite YouTuber just uploaded another video on his channel for Minecraft. But no, I actually did a post. I just did a regular text post, and I pretty much said, out of all the Yu-Gi-Oh, if you guys are big anime fans, let me know in the, yeah, that I'm pretty much agreeing on. If you guys are anime fans, if you guys are anime If you guys are big anime fans, send a heart. If you guys aren't anime fans, then that's pretty much okay. I don't judge. But I put a post on my community page about like 2 weeks ago, and I said, out of all the Yu-Gi-Oh! Dragons, except for the Blue Eyes White Dragon, which was a jet, what would you want as a jet, and let me know in the comment section. And I pretty much had one, and I had like one comment, and that was from Mr. Kazuma 92123, and he said the blue and the winged dragon of Rajet. And I'm like, I don't know. I like this comment, but I couldn't see them doing a. I couldn't see him having a winged dragon of Rajet. I'm pretty much like a big fan of the. I've always been like a fan of the Egyptian gods of Yu-Gi-Oh, but me personally, I'm more of a Obelisk the Tormentor fan when it comes to the Egyptian gods. And when it always comes with the, it's like always hard to like pick of which one is your absolute favorite of it, but I'm like talking anime. I know I am. Obelisk is probably the fan favorite, also the player's favorite. That I'm pretty much agreeing on. And I asked one of my friends, and I texted one of my friends saying, it's like, if you think of what is your favorite monster that you can like literally see as a jet, and she said Dark Magician. I'm like, what I meant was a dragon. And she's always been a big fan of, excuse me, my best friend's always been a big fan of Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon because of Yuto, and Starving Dragon Fusion Dragon. And she loves Crow because of his monsters for some odd reason. But when it always comes with me, it's like hard to pick of which one would literally, of which dragon would be my absolute favorite. And I pretty much don't know what my favorite dragon would actually be of Yu-Gi-Oh! As a jet for me. It's pretty much always a tie between Synchro Dragons are ironic. That I'm pretty much agreeing on. I love every single dragon that's in the Synchro dimension. If you guys haven't seen Arc 5, I recommend that you guys see Arc 5. It is good. I've seen every single episode of Arc 5, and I literally cried right at the end, and I almost cried right at the end of Brains. So, no spoilers on Brains if you guys haven't seen it. No spoilers. But I will tell you this, the ending of Brains is literally good. Trust me. But it's like as I said, it's like hard for me to pick. If you want to watch Arc 5, you can watch, I think all the episodes actually on YouTube. I will double check. But I recommend that you watch like every single one. Yeah. You can watch it on the Con TV, which is pretty much, I think, with YouTube. But I've seen the abridged of Arc 5, and it was actually really good. So I pretty much, I can watch so you can actually watch the whole entire first season of it on YouTube. Or you can actually watch it on Crunchyroll or pretty much Con TV, which is what it's called. Or a lot of times you can actually watch it on Amazon Prime with the Prime account. And I've been pretty much I watched every single one of that. I've been watching, I need to fix that phone. I watched every single episode of Reign, so I've been watching the original, GX, and 5Ds. I'm gonna wait till I get all of those done, just so I can get to Zexel, because I've already seen all of Arc 5. I've already seen all of Reign's. I don't recommend watching 7's. I don't recommend it. It just looks, absolutely, weird for some reason. And yeah. I've seen, like, a little bit of 7's. One of my friends dared me to watch about 5 episodes of 7's when it came out. And I'm like, no. So, I don't recommend watching 7's and stuff. The original is my favorite, and GX is my second favorite. I haven't really watched any of the shows that followed it. I've always been a big fan of 5Ds because of Yusei Fudo. He's literally my favorite duelist in 5Ds. I've seen some of Zexel on the UGO stream. That's actually pretty cool. I've been watching, like, all of the episodes. I watched every single episode of Zexel when it was on TV every Saturday morning. So I watched every single one of that, and it was pretty much my brother taught me how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And he and I were both big fans of Pokemon. So my brother and I would collect the Pokemon cards. We would collect, like, pretty much we would try to collect every single card. And it was, like, literally, my goal was to collect every single Eevee evolution, and I'm almost done with that. I just have to get Glaceon and Espeon. I've got Vaporeon, Sylveon, Umbreon, Jolteon, and Flareon. And I got Leafeon. That's actually cool that Vaporeon's your favorite one. One of my friends, her favorite one is Umbreon. She has a Umbreon jacket. I've got a Umbreon plush that is back in my storage unit. I love every single Eevee evolution. It's, like, always hard to pick which one's my favorite, but my best friend is one. Her favorite has always been Sylveon. She loves Sylveon and she loves Eevee. Those are her top 2 favorite ones. And I'm like a big legendary type Pokemon fan. I love Articuno. I love, like, a lot of them that are pretty much my favorite, but if I had to pick out of all the legendary ones that are my absolute top favorite, it would have to be Darkrai. I love Darkrai. Darkrai's always been a good... That's awesome. I have a Articuno wallet that has a picture of Articuno on it, because if you guys don't know this, I play Pokemon Go on my phone. And I'm on Team Mystic for Pokemon Go. And basically the Pokestop that's literally right outside of the apartment that I live at now our water tower is pretty much a Pokestop. It is also a gym. So I've been taking down a lot of my fellow Pokemon trainers pretty much here, and yeah. And I'm looking at, and our next door neighbor, he plays Pokemon Go, and he said, "Have you been taking control of the water tower?" I'm like, "Yep." He's like, "What team are you on?" And I said, "Dude, I'm on Team Mystic." He's like, "You can't." It's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm on Team Mystic. I'm on Team Mystic because of Articuno. I've always loved. I kind of took control over the water tower. So I told him it's like, hey, I told him it's like, you're not going to take control of the water tower. He's like, oh, we'll just see. I'm like, nah, you ain't going to take control of the water tower because it's mine. He's like, I don't know. And I'm like, you ain't going to win. So I had a fellow Pokemon duelist literally help me take control of my water tower again. So I've got a partner. So I've got a partner working on the inside to literally help me out on taking control of the tower. So water tower is pretty much mine. I have a few of the legend type Pokemons that I might do like a YouTube video on that tomorrow or one other days when I'm not busy. Hello. So when I'm not busy, I might be able to. I'll show you guys like a lot of them. Do you play any of the games? I'm pretty outdated for Pokemon games. I got a few Pokemon games actually for my 3DS that I have and my DS Lite that I pretty much have. I've got let's see. I've got Pokemon X, I got Pokemon Black version 2. Let's see. I think I got Pokemon Moon or I got Pokemon Moon and Ultra Sun, I think. Yeah, I got Pokemon Moon. I have like so many of them. I've got so many DS games, it's like literally not even funny. Did play White and Black. The latest one that I played is Shining Pearl. I haven't played that in such a long time, actually. I have like a whole thing of my... I'm doing good. How about you, AD Tech? Thank you so much. Yeah, I've got Pokemon Ultra Sun. I have like a lot of my Pokemon games, and I think they're pretty much down at the bottom of my bag or something. I got Pokemon X. Nice meeting you too. I always keep my Pokemon games pretty much together, somewhat. I don't know where I put my... I remember I put my Pokemon ones pretty much together. I don't know where I put them at. Huh, that's kind of weird. That's kind of like literally weird. I think I put my... No, I actually put... Oh, I think I actually put them in here. Yeah, I think I actually put them in here. Huh, yes, I did. So I've got Pokemon Black and Pokemon Black version 2. I've literally never played Pokerogue. I also have Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Yeah, I've got Pokemon Mystery Dungeon as well. But one of these days, I think probably on my other live, I'm going to do like a Pokemon talk. And I'm going to chit chat with a lot of you guys of which ones are your favorite Pokemon, which ones aren't. I'm going to see if I can try to find my other Pokemon game that I can actually add to my little thing and stuff. Nope, not there. I have like no idea like how many DS games I can. A lot of my DS games got from my brother, and a lot of them I pretty much bought. So I don't know. So I'm gonna have to go through like a lot of my DS games and which ones I have. But I have the Last Airbender of Avatar. I've got Avatar: The Last Airbender. I've got like, I don't know how many 3DS games I pretty much have. But I got one in the mail actually for my DS. And it's my Power Rangers Super Legends, the 20th anniversary one. I haven't played that one in a long time, and it was on my ARC4 card. So I finally have that back, and I can pretty much play that again. So I'm closing out my bags, putting them in my things and stuff for the ones I don't need anymore. Because I'm gonna get more bands to fill up my bags and stuff. So, why did I put my yellow? Why did I put my yellow one in here? I'm working on like another bracelet and stuff, so I'm gonna need to keep that out. Did I put my brown one in here too? Oh, no, I didn't. So I need to keep those out. So, so what I don't need. It's just those ones that I pretty much need. Oh, I hate it when I have to like literally re-stretch my legs out. I gotta get going now. Hope you see more. Most definitely. You'll get to see a lot more of me on a lot of my videos and stuff. And make sure that you guys are subscribed, turn on the notifications. So I'm gonna go back to my studio and stuff. Go back to my dashboard. Wow, we're like real close to 130. Oh my gosh. You guys are like literally awesome. But I'm gonna get this live here. I'll probably be back on tomorrow, so I heard you guys. Bye.